It is my distinct privilege on this day to bring greetings on behalf of my church, the Lake Como Connections Church, at a time when my good friend, Reverend Carlyle Isaac, is saying goodbye to the Western Light congregation. There are some folks that if you had to say something good about them, it would take a considerably long time to prepare. With Carlyle, my good friend, it's not such a big task because I've learned to admire and really adore this great man of God. When I'm in his presence, I feel that I'm in God's presence. There is another prophet in the Old Testament who gave 50 years to ministry, and his name is Jeremiah. He preached for 50 years, and according to some estimates, he never wavered from his initial calling, which he acknowledged as a child. He began in the 13th year of Josiah, when things went well under that good king, but he continued through all the wicked reigns that followed. It did not take long for it to be obvious to any observer that he was born to preach. Carlyle was born to preach. If you have a conversation with him very soon, it will evolve around preaching two things: preaching and leadership. I would simply say, on this day, as Carlyle transitions, he and his wife and daughter, as they transition to go back to Trinidad, Carlyle, I want you to remember this. As God said to Jeremiah, "Before I formed you in the belly, I knew you. And before you came forth out of the womb, I sanctified you, and I ordained you a prophet unto the nations." On this day, I want to say thanks for your obedience. I am sure that our other good friends, say Reverend Sidney Mitchell, will join with me in saying thank you for being a loyal witness of who God is in these days when God knows we need a great witness. Some ministers refer to their ministry as a calling. To Carlyle, it was not just a calling. To him, it was a call rather than a calling. And Reverend Isaac, you have lived your life in response to that call. And on this day, I want to say to you, as you move on to other pastures, and I'm not too sure what you're going to be doing in Trinidad, but welcome home. Because I know that you will never grow weary in well-doing, I hereby commission you, as you leave this Western Light Church and go back to Trinidad, I commission you to continue to preach hope, continue to preach salvation, continue to preach peace, continue to preach Christ, and continue to preach justice. And on behalf of all of my members here, we say congratulations to you on a work well done. We charge you to be the voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, "Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert a highway for our God." God bless you, Carlyle. God bless you, Mrs. Isaac. God bless you to the entire family, and to the Western Light congregation, a church that I've learned to love and appreciate, a church that I've gotten some really, really great food at, both spiritually and physically. I say thank you for taking care of such a great, great man of God. And I wish you well as you seek out a new pastor to lead you in the days ahead. God bless you, and have a nice evening.